school's stated primary purposes with their actions was to prevent disruption of the education, which they supposedly did so by suspending every student they could identify and some footage taken of the actual walkout. However, suspensions actually disrupt students' education even more so than the event itself, because what they were doing was preventing students from going to school and getting the education that was supposedly trying to be protected. Yeah. Here they are.
Can you talk about the difference in punishment, say, between a student that just walks out of class, you know, playing hooky, as opposed to the suspension that happened when they walked out of their classrooms for this protest?
I did a bit of research, and I believe that it is more common to give a student detention instead of suspension for leaving class. However, in this case, most of the students, well, all of the students who were identified were given suspension. Detention is a far more appropriate punishment, as this also gives them the opportunity to actually make up for the classes that they skipped, seen as it's detention. They are in an area where they can do the homework and all of that they were supposed to be doing in class.
Weren't they given warnings before walking out? Weren't they given warnings?
Yes, there was a robocall sent out. However, it is possible that students either missed the robocall, or their parents missed it. Parents, or they could have forgotten about it. It is unlikely, but it is a possibility. Their parents could have received the robocall and forgotten to tell the students themselves.
Couldn't it spread by word of mouth?
It could have, but that wouldn't necessarily reach every student. Some students might not hear about it. Well, that's what I just said. Not many people would necessarily think to tell everyone about it.
That they could be suspended if they participate in the walkout?
Not necessarily.
So, but I think part of the question you're making is whether you should be suspended for that much time for the walkout. Could you just do a final comment on that?
I mostly think that it would have been a far more appropriate punishment to give the students detention who actually walked out of class. Not necessarily the students who walked out of lunch, seeing as that is technically their free time.
So in a way, you're saying that the school district overstepped their boundaries?
It was it was an over severe punishment.
Okay.
I would like to thank you, Your Honor, at this point I would like to hand